Hey, what's going on? In this video, I want to talk about the pros and cons of living in the Philippines. But before we start, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribe, hit the like button, leave comment, and I'll be happy to chat with you guys. So there's a lot of pros and cons of living in the Philippines. The first one for the pros is the affordability of living. Affordability is a big perk of living in the Philippines as a Westerner. So the food is cheap, the accommodation is much cheaper, the transportation is cheaper, and the women's are cheaper. If you want to live like a Western style condo, you can probably find for at least 10,000 to 15,000 pesos a month. 15,000 pesos is equivalent to $265 American. In the West, it's very expensive to take a woman for a date, and in the Philippines, it's much more cheaper. We'll just take you for about $20 for a meal, American dollars in a meal for a date. If you want to have a cheaper date, um, you can have the street food, but you have to ask your Filipina woman for about what's the best street food in the Philippines. For the transportation, you can take a public transportation through jeepneys or tricycles for just about 25 cents. And if you wanna have your own transportation, you can take the motorbike by your own by buying your own motorcycle for just about $1,500, $1,500 for your motorcycle. You can drive your motorbike here for all year round because the weather here is so good. It only costs $4.50 to fill up your gas tank on your motorbike in the Philippines, and that will probably last for a week. So we just talked about the pros, so we will talk about the negative now. So one of the negative about the Philippines is the huge population. We had already almost 119 million in the Philippines. Most of the population are in Manila, in the cities like Manila and Cebu, but out in the cities, like in the province, are not that populated. One of the negative about the population in the cities is like the heavy traffic. Um, the cities are too noisy, it's too busy. Like if you are going to go for a mall, there's a lot of queues, like also in the bank. So the crowding is just in the cities, just because a lot of people are there to work. Another pro to consider is the English, the communication. Despite the Philippines having many indigenous languages, English is the second official language that most of the population speaks, which means that you do not have to be worried about language barriers. My native language is Visayan, and if you wanna know how it sounds like, it's just like ingon ani ang among inistoryahan sa Bisaya, mga Bisaya. Yes, English is widely spoken. The chances of a communication breakdown are pretty low here. Almost everyone you'll meet speaks English. Risk of natural disasters is also one of the cons of living in the Philippines. Be aware that typhoons are a common occurrence. It is characterized by strong winds and major floods. And the typhoons range in severity and tend to affect the Calabarzon, Bicol, and Central Luzon regions the hardest. Like what happened 2 years ago, we lost our house because of the typhoons. It's the strongest typhoon that I've ever encountered in my whole life. It's the it's called Odette. It happened last December 2021. And the worst part is the time that it happened is almost Christmas time. We lost everything in the house. Although typhoons can happen year round, the season generally lasts from April to November. August and September are the most active months. The Philippines is also prone to earthquakes. More than 100 earthquakes affect the country annually. Philippines is also known for having high risk of volcanic eruptions. With 10 volcanoes in the Philippines, there have been a total of 44 significant eruptions over past 400 years. To wrap up the pros and cons of living in the Philippines, it's important to consider that how the pros and cons of living in the Philippines related to your needs. The Philippines is popular with expats keen on laid-back living in a beautiful tropical setting. Filipinos are warm and hospitable, and their zest for life will inspire you to see the lighter side of things. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribe, leave comment, and hit the like button. Take care. See you next time. I'm Ping.